But well, after all bad news, why don't we laugh at something? Well, bad news for the ones that actually I enjoy in being miserable. So Warner Brothers Games revenue plummets 48% in the first quarter as fallout from Sweet Baby Inc. failure continues. Monolith closed, executives upset, and no new games inside. And if I remember correctly, main executives at Warner Brothers, which is now Warner Discovery, they said that if they don't see any sort of revenue being pumped out in the gaming sector, the gaming division they have, they will sell the Warner Brothers gaming division as a whole. And well, at that point, they're already shutting down everything. The only thing that allegedly salvageable will be Mortal Kombat if they sell it. So, well, continue on. I'm Coyote God, and well, I'm going to read you this one. Excuse me that I bite my tongue there. So, let's read this article. So, the crisis inside Warner Bros. Games has reached new depths. In its first quarter of current year financial report, Warner Bros. Discovery confirmed a staggering 48% decline in revenue from Warner Brothers games, citing a lack of new releases. Oh, but you dump a lot of money, and oh, well, Sweet Baby ain't got their cut, and you just got the steak. And to continue on, and the long shadow of last year's disastrous Sweet Baby Inc. Live Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. What began as a major gamble online service superhero title has now rippled across the entire company. If I remember correctly, they said that they were shutting down the servers because well, this is a live service, and they said yeah, we are in an offline mode, and everyone got the fuck up. So, well, let's read what we have here. Costing executives their jobs, as they should be. But also, yeah, I know the developers fuck up. Nowadays, what is inside Warner Brothers, look, the ones that did Batman Arkham Knight, they are not there anymore. It's a reality. Well, let's read what we have here. Shuttering long-standing studios and calling into questions the company's future in gaming. Just shut it down. Sell it to Tencent at this point. Tencent proved that they can make something successful after it has been shit for quite a while, and Marvel Rivals is a proof of that. So, well, let's continue on. A collapse years in the making. SSKTGL, the fellow live service game from Rocksteady Studios, continues to drag Warner Brothers down. The Warner Brothers games and Rocksteady title reportedly lost the company 200 million, and with the narrative direction steered heavily by Sweet Baby Inc. SBI, it was widely panned by fans and critics alike for weak gameplay, divisive storytelling. Don't forget what they did to Conroy, man. Yeah, even I know that I'm someone that I heard Batman with the Spanish Latin American dub for a long time. Still, I understand those guys within the US. Yeah, a guy that actually cared enough for the character until his last days. Being insulted like that at the end of that game. Because at the end of the game was a humiliation riddle for Batman. So yeah, I feel you for that. Well, to continue on, and baffling treatment of iconic DC heroes. Yeah, just like I said with Batman. So, SBI, known for its narrative consulting services, has become a leading rod in the industry. Projects influenced by SBI such as Unknown Nine Awakening, Sword of Midnight, which, well, they is already a failure, even Tarpaklis did a article on that, and more has seen commercial failures and widespread backlash. Sweet Baby Inc. involvement in Suicide Squad killed the Justice League is increasingly viewed as critical mistake by Warner Bros. Games leadership, and one that continues to haunt the studio reputations and bottom line. I should be like that. They should go out of business. Warner Bros. As a whole should go out of business. They don't have anything good to offer anymore. So we'll continue. The, one, the Wonder Woman game that never was. In response of the mounting loss, Warner Brothers Games implemented a restructuring plan earlier this year. The fallout included the cancellation of the highly anticipated Wonder Woman game and the permanent closure of Monolith Productions. The ones that did the fear games, they are not anymore. I'm just stating the obvious. So the beloved studio behind the Middle Earth series, Warner Bros. Patented Nemesis system, which say patented Nemesis system is still for at least 7 years or 6 years. I don't remember right now. But yeah, parenting gameplay, Warner Brothers is fucking disgusting just as much as Nintendo. So continue on. Wonder Woman was slated to be groundbreaking open world title featuring procedurally generated storytelling through the Nemesis system, with visual study impressed early fans and hopes exploring mythos of Diana Prince's world in depth. The project represented one of the few bright spots on Warner Brothers. We saw that they were trying to put the uglify her, then they tried to quote unquote correct that. You know, even Warner Brothers is just the infested host. Continue on. Future slate. Iris' cancellation and long monologue shuddering was seen by many as an act of desperation, covering potential greatness to stop the bleeding. Of course, Rocksteady, the company responsible for bringing Sweet Baby Inc. to Warner Brothers Games, continues on and is reportedly working on a new Batman title. But you already humiliated the Batman. Look, the people that still sticking to Batman and they would rather join the old stuff, they are just playing Arkham Knight. They are just playing Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. So they are just playing the older titles because the older titles not only play better, they also look better, graphically speaking, and they also have good content with all the DEI nonsense and the uglifying of the faces, like they always love to do. So well, with this part, no new releases, no revenue. So the company reported no major game release in first quarter of current year, which further amplified the damage. With no new content to offset the previous year losses, Warner Bros. Gaming division was left floundered, while titles like Hogwarts Legacy and Mortal Kombat 1 continued to generate some revenue. They were enough to sustain the division's financial needs. So imagine creating a fucking Goislop that flopped so fucking hard just as Asked Shadows that wiped all the revenue of Hogwarts Legacy, which that title sold, despite with the DEI inserted bullshit, it sold well. I know it sold well because there is still lots of fans of Hogwarts Legacy, of the Hogwarts franchise as a whole. A release that it was so fucking dog shit that wiped all that revenue, man. Imagine that. You had a good hit and all meant nothing because you push it slow and spent a lot of money on it. So the result, a 48% drop in quarterly gains revenue and 60 decline across the entire studio segment, with Warner Bros. Overall reporting 9 billion in total first quarter revenue, down to 9% year over year. So yeah, studio shutdowns and shakeups. So to make this one shorter within this article, they are also shutting down this one multiversus. And multiversus was apparently getting in the right direction, man, and it's shutting down. Because let's not forget what they tried to push with this gender, Mr. Freeze. Yeah, that one is like, yeah, made everything worse to them. So yeah, Warner Brothers fucked around too much, and they found out, and they are not having any sort of sympathy. They did this to themselves. Thanks for watching. I'm out, and take care.